So we're going to go through shoulder clusters for releasing through the shoulder, but we're going to break this up into 4 different videos. So we're going to do the nervous system, so up the back, erector spinae and paraspinals, into the top, just the base of the skull. That's going to be one cluster with the mobilizations. The next cluster you will find is then you're coming into the deep and superficial arm line cluster. Then we'll go into deep and superficial back line cluster, and then we'll go into functional line clusters from there with their corresponding mobilizations. So there'll be 4 videos. This is video number 1, and then the other videos will follow. So the first one we're doing in relation, so this should always be the first cluster that you attempt, because you'll find that once you do this cluster, that will release a lot. If you want to test your shoulder, then coming over onto a wall, sitting down into it, and then gently rising your arm, seeing how easy that feels, see how far back it gets without, so that's about where I'm at today, without actually putting in muscle effort. So you want to float it up and stop it. Check one arm at a time. The other test you might do with it is just to see how far you can come up at the back. Okay, so just do that little check each time you finish a cluster, see which cluster works best for you. Usually there's a combination of clusters that work well. So the first one you're going to do, and I'm not going to run through, these videos are always just revision for people that have for clients that have gone through them, so please make sure you get an instructor to go through it with you. So you've got 3 spots. The tool that we're using is a high bounce ball, not one of our traditional roller balls. So we don't want to be using one of our hard roller balls in between our spine and our shoulder blade, because I want something that if the spine decides to push back, it can push back. I don't want a hard one. I'm also not a fan of spiky balls. I like you guys to be able to feel the ball and not be interrupted by the spikes. So from here, you're going underneath. We're going low part of the shoulder blade, and we're going to divide the areas into 3 sections. From here, you've got this arm out, and you're going to drive this arm 3 times in that direction. Remember, I'm not going to do all of them. 3 times in this direction, and then you're going to do 2 circles this way, 2 circles the other way. Then what you're going to do is wriggle to the middle aspect of your shoulder blade. So the high bounce ball is in between my shoulder blade and my spine, definitely not on my spine. Now you can decide how much weight you're putting on. Never ever when you're rolling do you ever want to be in pain. Grumpy discomfort is okay, pain is definitely not okay. Pain is a signal that something is going on. You can release a little bit of your body weight. If that takes you out of pain, moves you into something that the body is happy to have, then that's good. If it doesn't, you can just lie here and breathe and see whether that releases. If that doesn't and you're still in pain, then you need to make sure you're seeking advice from a health professional or getting our myotherapist to have a chat to our myotherapist about it. From here, I'm on the middle section. I'm going to go 3 times this way, 3 times this way. It's a full arm. Don't just make sure you're doing it with the elbow. It's a full arm movement. 2, 1, to the other. And then we've got one more spot up the top. 3 times out this way. Long lever. And 3 times up. And then twice around, twice around. Please remember, I haven't done them to the full extent of each rep because I just want to get through this video. After you've done that, you would then go and do the other side, which I'm not going to do. You would then go and do the other side, and then you would do the corresponding mobilizer, which is diagonal, thread the needle, and up. Down, diagonal, thread the needle, and up. Doing it nice and slowly so your body has time to stop before it gets somewhere that it does not want to be. The next mobilizer in this, the next roller in this cluster is then coming up. Now remember, we never roll 2 areas of our body. We never roll our neck, we never roll our lower back. So coming up, I am on the base of my spine, base of my skull I should say, base of my skull. I'm starting at the lower, just underneath my right ear, and I'm going to do small turns or crosses as I make myself a way around to my other ear. Then I'm going to move up 1/2 centimetre and I'm going to come back to the other ear. Please remember, I'm not doing this fully because I just want to get through the video. And then after I've done that, I want to come to the widest part of my skull and I want to do the same slowly round to the other side. Once I've done that, then I'm coming up to the mobilizer, hands out, activate through my fingertips because I want to have my shoulders stable. My left elbow drops to my left knee and I turn to look over my right shoulder and I come up. And then I repeat that 3 times and then do it onto the other side. So I'll just do that once more. Left elbow to left knee, my right arm stays straight, and then I come up. And that's the mobilizer for the roller to the base of the skull. And that is your first 2 rolls and mobilizations for cluster number 1 of the shoulder.